With a little time having passed since the release of the Mueller report, one aspect of this whole thing still just doesn't make sense. This past week, President Trump labeled the Russia collusion investigation an attempted coup, and he is 100% correct. It was indeed a coup and an attempt to damage a duly elected president so badly that he could be removed from office. Combine that with Attorney General Barr's declaration that he believes that Trump's entire campaign was spied on, and there can be no question that this was an attempted coup on President Trump's administration. But the part that bothers me is that I can't figure out what the endgame was going to be for those behind the Russian collusion investigation. And since it's not clear, that raises the possibility that the deep state hasn't yet played all their cards and the coup isn't over at all. Let's think about it for a minute. The same people who launched and ran the Russia collusion investigation knew all along that they would find no collusion. So since they knew the investigation would end with no evidence and be a victory for Trump, why did they let it play out to the end and backfire on them? Remember, they started the whole investigation with information they knew was fake, so they must have known the resulting investigation would turn up nothing. I can really only think of two possibilities to explain this. The first being that this was just part of a larger plan and the coup is not over, nor has it been fully defeated. The Russia investigation was the beginning of a larger operation to take down Trump, the endgame of which we have not yet seen. The second possibility is that those behind the investigation thought that they could damage the president so much with 2 years' worth of fake leaks and bombshells that his support would slowly erode until he was weakened enough for them to push for impeachment proceedings or have him removed under the 25th Amendment, something we already have evidence was discussed among FBI officials. However, their plan failed and instead of Trump's support eroding, his base was energized by the fight and grew stronger. Not only this, Trump held several rallies which had huge turnouts. No doubt the reason for these rallies was for Trump to show his enemies that he still has huge support across the country, and any attempts on his presidency would likely cause his energized base to fight back. So it's possible that once they saw that Trump's support was growing stronger, they were stuck with the phony investigation they had started and had no choice but to let it play out. Now if this second possibility is indeed the case, it suggests just how corrupt the FBI and those behind the fake Russian hoax were, but it also suggests the coup itself most likely has been defeated. However, if the first possibility is true, then the coup is not yet over, and we have yet to see what their next plan is. It's strange that after Barr's synopsis of the Mueller report exonerating Trump, we have an indictment against Julian Assange being unsealed and him being arrested inside the Ecuadorian embassy. The same people behind the Russia hoax are the same people who have been calling Assange a criminal and a Russian agent these past 2 years. So we must ask whether Julian Assange's arrest is part of the deep state's continued coup operation. His arrest so soon after the Mueller report conclusion doesn't seem like it can be a coincidence. We'll need to see how things start to play out in the next few weeks, and that will hopefully give us some clues as to whether this now obvious coup has failed or has yet to be fully implemented.